Hi, my name is Tom from Genius Gecko and welcome to another update of Big Picture. This time we will be taking a closer look at the version 8.4. So Big Picture is continuing to work on enhancing the user experience, and this update is clearly showing that because we are getting quite a lot of things that are relevant to how you're working with the data and not really introducing a lot of new features, which is absolutely great because as you will see, there is a huge thing being added in this update. Actually, probably two of them, but one is definitely a lifesaver, probably for many Big Picture users. So if you already have Big Picture and you're using it, this is definitely something that you have to watch. And I'm going to start with exactly this brand new thing, which is, as Big Picture says, easier scope management and planning. Now that's true, that's absolutely true, but I think there is something bigger hidden actually behind that. So what they mean by this is that now, whenever you're using the drag and drop, for example, over here to move things around from maybe one parent to another parent, like for example, I have two epics over here, right? One epic with some children, another epic with just one child. And if I grab one of those tasks and put it over here under another epic, so to say, previously what would happen is that Big Picture would just do the manual transfer from one epic to another, but this would not be reflected on the Jira side. Now what is really happening in the background is that Big Picture is replacing the epic links that are connecting my task SSP29 with parent epic to be linked to another epic. Now it's taking a while, but there you go. The task has been moved. Now if I have a look at this task, you will see that the epic link field has actually changed its value. So we have it here and you can see that now it's linking to another epic, which is exactly what we wanted to have. And you can see that if I move it back to this one, like this, hopefully it will work a little bit faster this time, there we go, then the epic link, still on the same task, is going to change to parent epic, right? So we can see that clearly there is some logic happening in the background. And I've checked it quite thoroughly, and you won't believe this. This works when you're using the manual indentations, so I mean these arrows, right, or keyboard shortcuts, and it works with all the structure builders, basically. By the way, if you don't know what structure builders are, we have the video course for Big Picture where we explain all the things related to Big Picture itself, including the structure builders. There is a whole separate video regarding that. So if you want to check it out, all the important links you will find in the description of this video. Now moving on. Obviously, you still have to worry about the conflicts of the structure builders, but that's a different topic. But if you're using structure builders properly, which is something that we always recommend when we are implementing Big Picture at our customer site, then this is a tremendous help because it works with the link-based structure builders and it works with the main structure builders, the blue ones. Okay, so that means that this is something that many users, including many of our customers, have been waiting for a long time. Because now if you want to create a hierarchy based on link-based structure builders, you don't have to open every single ticket and go here, say link issue, and then choose the type of the link, so probably this one, and then find the ticket that you're going to link to. No, all you have to do is to, for example, apply over here an arrow to indent the task under another task, and the link is going to be automatically created for you. That is huge. That is a huge time saver, but this is also super important for the consistency of data, which was one of the biggest risks of using structure builders. So now you don't have to put so much effort in educating all the users in how to properly manage the data, how to properly link the tickets over here, because Big Picture is doing that for you. This is super awesome. And for all of you that have been waiting for it, congratulations. I have been waiting for it as well. We can be very, very happy. The next thing that I want to tell you is that if you've been using the basic tasks, which is something that it's one of the exceptions that actually exists only inside BigPicture and is not visible in Jira. And in general, we are not recommending the use of basic tasks when we are training our customers. But if you have been using it, and I'll just create one very quickly over here, it will appear down here as a basic task. So now you have a choice. Oh, and I have to switch to the Gantt module. So let's go over there. Now you will have a choice to convert your basic task with the right click to the Jira issue. Okay, so if you have basic tasks because of some legacy actions that have been happening, you can now convert it easily to the Jira task. So you choose a project where you want the task to appear. In my case, it will be demo project because I'm in the demo box that is using this project. And in the next step, you choose the type of the issue that you want to be created. So I'll choose just for the issue to be a task. Hit create, of course, fill in any mandatory fields if there are. And you can see that the basic task has been converted into a standard Jira task in my case, which is also super, super cool. Not so important as the previous one, since, for example, I haven't been using any basic tasks whatsoever, but for those of you that have, this might be a pretty cool solution that will allow you to migrate from your basic tasks to standard Jira issues, which is something that we do recommend. Another thing that came in 8.4 is the status change straight from your Gantt or scope modules. So that's pretty cool. For this, I had to switch to the server instance of BigPicture because in the cloud it doesn't work yet. According to my sources, it's going to work in 8.4.3 version, so you have to wait for this one. But I can show you how it's supposed to work and how it does work on the server version. So you just double-click the status, and you can change the status of the task to in progress, or even straight to done, or of course any other statuses that you might have over here. So this of course changes the real status of the issue in the background, which is obviously super cool. And it's another great step of helping us work faster with the tool, because now we don't have to open the task in a separate window, change the status over there, come back over here to keep working. We can do the status changes straight from the BigPicture view. There are some limits to when you can change the status. So if you have a very complicated workflow, or maybe there is a resolution that has to be set when you change the status to done, then the status changes will not be allowed over here yet, maybe possibly somewhere in the future, but it's still something great to be happy about. Now, another one. If you have been working with the work ratio field, which is a Jira field, then now you have new options of aggregating the data. There we go. And if you hit this key over here, you can now see that you can display this as a progress or progress with percentages. So this might be quite useful. It's similar to time tracking, although you have to remember that work ratio has its own formula of how it's being calculated. So obviously, I'm not going to explain it here. If you're working with work ratio field, you know how to use it. Now you can display it with the bar with percentage or no percentage values. All right, off to the next one. When we switch to the board module, in the board module, you will see that there is also a very cool thing that has been added. Important fact, you have to be working with totals, capacity allocation, and story points. And if you have that selected, you will know that over here you can see the capacity allocation in regards to the particular team in the particular box, right? So we have analysis box over here, and I have several teams working inside this box, which, I have 3 boxes which are part of PI1. So the thing that changed over here is that now you can manually edit the team capacity with this pencil icon. You hit this pencil icon, you provide a new number over here. So for example, 35, you hit save, and the capacity of your team inside this particular box has been just now manually overwritten, or actually it's my team, right? So this is again a very quick way of managing the team's capacity. If you want to do it from here, of course, remember that it's also available from capacity planning screen. So this is just kind of like a handy shortcut which allows you to maybe do it a little bit faster. It's worth adding though that it works on the lower level of your boxes, because if I move up to the PI level, you will see that despite the same settings I have, the pencil icon doesn't appear over here, right? So if you have several layers of your boxes, you have to go to the lower layer, and this is where this is going to work. Now let's visit briefly the configuration of the box. So if you go to the configuration of the box, tasks, quick filters, over here you will see the list of quick filters that are defined for my particular box. And the new thing that got added over here is that now you can rearrange this list so that it's more useful for the end users. So after rearranging the list, you will notice that my new QF, which I've just moved to the second position, is also here in the second position. So if you have lots of filters over here, you can arrange them in the proper order so that the most important ones maybe are at the very top. Moving on, we will switch to the overview module, where we got some nice updates as well. The thing that has changed over here is that now for status, for budget, for actual cost, for predicted cost columns, you can now turn on the aggregation based on status categories, children status categories in percentages as well, right? So this will help you maybe possibly help you manage the data in regards of how you're viewing it in the overview module, so on the level of the boxes and child boxes. I think it's pretty important probably to some of you maybe it will not be important at all, but all in all it's another great step into better data visualization. And last but not least, we also have some new reports. So now if you go to the reports, they have been updated not so long ago with fresh additions to the reports family, but now we have even more reports to play around with. So now if you add a report, you can create a milestones and markers report, and you can create the velocity chart. So I have them already added over here, and you will see that milestones and markers is basically listing all the milestones and all the markers from the box that you're looking at. So in my case, my demo box. And of course, this will help you figure out where exactly you are in terms of your future planning, because you will be able to see the most important dates that exist for your project, program, portfolio, whatever you're looking at. Now, velocity of teams will allow you to take a look at how the team has been performing in the past, which probably will help you plan the team's capacity for the future. And you can edit the width of the report here if you want to quite easily. And if you go into the edit report configuration, you will notice that this report is created just for one team. So you have to pick the team that is available in your box, and only one team will be used for one chart, right? So if you want to see all the teams, you will have to create a separate chart for every team over here. And that's mostly all for 8.4 update. I think that this is a huge step forward, especially with the first change that I told you, but also with the inline status editing, which hopefully will start working really, really soon for me. And well, I have to say that with all the recent updates that have been coming in, we definitely will have to refresh our big picture video training, because it requires some portion of love from my side, and make it up to date with all the videos available over there. So this is something that you definitely can be expecting. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I'll just quickly mention then that in the offer that we have for our customers, we do have a full video training course for Big Picture available on our very useful and easily accessible online platform where you can log in and go through all the available videos over there and learn all about Big Picture in a matter of 2 days. But of course, we also do offer live training, implementation support, Jira support. So if you're looking for someone to help you in any of these areas, please reach out to us. All the contacts will be available in the description of this video. We do offer a first free session where you can ask all the questions you want and there are no strings attached. So whether you will want to continue working with us or not, we will be happy to learn what you want and help you as much as we can. If you want to see, for example, how the big picture look like, or if you want to arrange demo meeting for your CEOs, for your directors, this is exactly where we can be of help. Thank you so much. Enjoy all the new features and probably see you soon.